Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? YDBT Daily, YDBT Daily coming at you every Thursday, 8 Eastern Standard Time, where we basically talk about car stuff, car related topics that didn't get covered on Tuesday's Talking Shit. Today, specifically, we're going to kind of hone in on F-150. A comment was posted on one of my videos where somebody bought an F-150, and the problem is maybe the people that watch the live streams are not the people that watch the standalone videos. And a lot of you have asked me to make like a build series on F-150, but the problem is I don't really want to hone in on build series because F-150 is different. F-150, in my opinion, should be either all-out race truck or a fast street truck. I think something in between is something where you start to get lost in the sauce and you're going to have something that does not perform to its best ability. Let's say, for instance, if you build it for max effort, but you try to drive it every day. And we're going to talk about that today. Talk about configuring your vehicle for the best it can perform in that use case or case use. Like whatever you want to do, meaning if you have a F-150 and you want to drive it every day, I probably would not put in a twin turbo kit. Okay. So things like that we're going to talk about on this show because I'm going to make a standalone video talking about this because the audience is different. The people that watch the live streams are not the people that watch the standalone videos or the shorts. They either just want to watch one or the other. And that comment today kind of made me feel bad because the person bought the wrongest setup you could find. I'm like, you literally bought the vehicle. I tell everyone not to buy, but maybe he does not kind of like listen to the live streams because it takes a special kind of audience to listen to the live streams. We'll talk about another Ford recall. That's right. Ford is recalling over 200,000 Ford Broncos because of like the panel that stops working, which could lead to a crash. We'll talk about that and many more things, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly tells us to do it live.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It does suck. But you know what does not suck? Is the sponsors. And if you're looking at the center of the screen right now and you see a new sponsor, that's right. We got ourselves a new sponsor on the show. Crazy for a show that doesn't go anywhere. That's right. We got Belgian, Mr. Belgian. I had a meeting with him the other day in Miami and we struck a deal because I was talking about getting a set of street wheels. We'll talk about that shortly, but Belgian, that's right, Mr. Belgian. Check out Belgian Wheels, BelgianWheels.com for all of your, wheel fitment needs. We'll talk about that specifically coming up. DNAPperformance.com, the best online parts house, period. You're going to buy all your parts there. I'm not sure if they're a Belgian dealer, but we'll see if we can get them hooked up. DNAPperformance.com. Mention the show, you'll get a bit of a discount. PMAS, St. James PMAS, best cold air intakes, best MAP sensors. He's really pushing the Fox body stuff, so I hope that really takes off for Nick James and PMAS. Don't make cookies, don'tmakegoodcookies.com. Best cookies, diabetes, sexually oriented named cookies. Check them out. Hot Chick makes them. You can maybe get a sniff of her lotion. Partsfarm.com. Use Mustang, F-150, Camaro, Challenger, you name it, parts. They're mention the show, you get a bit of a discount, and you can get parts delivered to your house. Crank pallets, transmissions, anything, you name it. Two Auto Solution, Rummy's at Auto Solution. The Puerto Rico shop, he's actually building GT500 engines in-house. I was kind of blown away to hear that he's actually building GT500 motors. I might have to send him a motor one of these days. And Bellac Industry, that's right, if you sell drugs and you know it, clap your hands so the ops know that if you buy Fellax, you ain't really popping. So get the Bellax, the actual Bellax. So I want to talk about Belgian specifically. I ended up meeting him Friday. That's why I took Friday off. And I was like, you know what? Let me go down there. And a friend of mine, a viewer of the show, was like, Alex, I heard you wanted to get some street wheels for your GT500. I was like, yep. He goes, I know Scott. Scott Belgian is a good guy, and maybe you guys can work out a deal. He just happens to be in Miami. I took that Friday off just to get stuff done, and I shot down there, got the Bellax re-drilled, and then I met these guys for lunch. And dude, good guy, high knowledge base. He's not one of these guys that just sells wheels, drop ship stuff. No, the guy literally has molds made, stocks them in a warehouse. He has multiple warehouses everywhere. and he reps the stuff, and he's really tight about the inventory. Like, he's not one of those guys that just throws it out there. So if you go to VelgianWheels.com, okay, go to VelgianWheels.com, they're pushing the F-150 stuff pretty heavy. They're actually really getting after the fact that the F-150 is a very hot market, and they're doing something extremely smart, and they're going after the F-150 market hardcore. I didn't know this, but he has an insane chokehold on the Dodge market, like the VF9s, the VF5s, and stuff like that. And then he's got some radically weird looking wheels that I think work, like these guys right here. I saw these on a Tesla Model S Plaid, and I'm like, I mean, when you look at them, you're like, I can't imagine them on a car. Then you saw them on the Model S Plaid, and you're like, holy shit, those are badass. So what I went with, we talked about what best suits my needs. I said, look, I want a set of 20-inch wheels that are light. And he goes, you want them light? You got to get these guys. You got to get the VF5s. And I wanted a set of 20s, and I wanted them to be polished. So he goes, yes, get the gunmetal. Sorry, not the gloss silver. I have the gunmetal, these guys. I ended up going with these guys, a 20 by 10.5, 20 by 9.5, the Belgian VF5s. He said they're light, you're performance oriented, 305, 35, 20, Nitto 555Rs fit great. And he actually said if you get a Continental or a performance oriented wheel, they have a taller sidewall. So that means the guy has like a high knowledge base of what fitment is on these vehicles. And he said you need to have a pan hard bar, you need to be able to center everything. So when I told him, yes, I have a pan hard bar, the car slammed, he was like, I think it'll fit really nicely. So yeah, check out Belgian Wheels, BelgianWheels.com. New sponsor. They're going to try us on for size, put on a set of wheels on the GT500, and see if we can get some business going their way. Shout out to Scott Belgian. Thank you very much. Laminate, Monty 540, Diego, Nick Notch, Bilovesh, D-Rock Fox, Joe Swish, Gen 1 Coyotar, Joe Swish, 2000 MCR, Destroyer, Yusuf, Tony the Truck Guy, Destroyer, Tony the Truck Guy, Mustang Dennis, Turbo. What the fuck did I just say? Mustang Dennis, Robo Style, Clint Stroke, Pegalos, J Judd, 101 Archer, Brandon Horton, Andy Ali, Crowd Killer, Gen 1 Coyote again, Bryson Witt. I shipped your blower today. It should be there probably Wednesday. It was $150 fucking dollars to get you that blower. My God. Jacob Haggard, Bowman, Gen 1 Coyote, Anthony, Ken McAllister, 8, Daytona, EPA, Amory, Boundless, JD Swag, Blue Thunder, Brian, EPA again, Slow 99, EPA a bunch of times, Mark Christensen, 94 GT Ver, Derosame, whatever the hell that is. Always like Belgian Wheels. Look, the guy, he's not one of those guys that doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's a big motherfucker too, like 6'3", probably 350. Huge. And he was riding in an F-150. And I'm like, oh, look, he's got one set of wheels on one side and another set of wheels on the other side. And I was like, that's very good marketing. So depending on which side of the truck you see two sets of wheels on his stuff. And he was talking about fitment. He was talking about his history. And I was like, damn, this guy, and he wanted a face-to-face meeting. He said, you know what? You're down here with Kiko, we'll hang out and we'll see what the deal is. Had lunch with the dude, hammered things out, hung out with him for hours. And I'm like, okay, this guy wants to be a part of the deal. We hammered out the deal very easily. It wasn't a big to-do. So that tells me this guy's legit. He's not about the bullshit, trying us out for size. So if you're in the market for a set of wheels, look up Belgian Wheels. And I'll obviously be talking about them once I get the wheels installed on the GT500. And they're a sponsor of the show. From here on out, they're going to try us on for size, and if there's no business going forward, he'll say, yeah, I'm going to bow out. But if everything works out, we'll get him some business. He'll see that there's light at the end of the tunnel and get us, keep being a sponsor of the show. Grabber, Amirs are here. Jacob, whatever the fuck that is. Grabber Dad, Boundlebird, missing third, Boundlebird. He goes, never heard of Belgian, but damn, they look nice. You've never heard of Belgian. So that's interesting because it's a very well-known Florida market, right? So if you go to Belgium and you just scroll the wheels, they actually have a shitload of designs, and a lot of them are for different fitment. There's a lot of BMW guys that have their stuff down, on them, and the Dodge guys, for whatever reason, the Dodge guys wear this shit out. Like, it's on their Chargers, Challengers, and the Durango market loves these guys, the VFHX01s and ADs and the 03 ADs. So they seem to love them on Durangos, and they actually look really good on Durangos. So that's something to look out for if you're in the market for a nice set of wheels, and they're pretty good price. Like, they're not crazy. Okay, let's talk about the recall. Then we'll talk about F-150 stuff, specifically the AP rights. Ford recalls more than 200,000 Bronco and Bronco Sports for instrument panel failure. So I don't think this is a big issue. An instrument panel, I don't think it's a big deal, but if there have been this many failures on electronics, the NHTSA gets involved and they issue a recall order. Washington, Ford Motor Company is recalling more than 200,000 Bronco and Bronco Sport vehicles because an instrument panel can fail, increasing the risk of a crash. Federal auto safety regulators said that the instrument panel may not display startup, leaving the driver without critical safety information. The recall includes 128,000 Bronco Sports, 2526, and 101 Broncos and model years 2526. The NHTSA administration said Ford's not aware of any injuries caused by the instrument panel failure. Owners will be notified by mail beginning December 8th, instructed to take their vehicles to Ford Lincoln dealership to have software updated. That is stupid. That is stupid. In the era of over-the-air updates, why are you making people take time out of their day to go to a dealership? And then what happens at the dealership? Hey, you know, I noticed your tires are a little low. Hey, your truck takes a little long to go from park to drive. Maybe we should check out that transmission. They check if your shit's under warranty. If it's under warranty, then they're going to give you the runaround. But if you're out of warranty, look, I think an over-the-air update, if it's a software update, why not just push it over the sync system? It's a new enough vehicle. Just do it over the air. It does not make any fucking sense to make. You know how much of a pain? And I would rather stab my eyeballs or stare at someone MIG welding without protection than to go to a dealership for anything. Like some of the worst experience ever are going to the dealership because you wonder if they're going to fuck you. You wonder if they're going to lie to you. You don't trust anybody. And then you go in there and you're just like, they're just going to try to scam me for a ball joint, for a tie rod, for whatever. And I just want my software updated and get the fuck out of here. So now you realize why people are going to vehicles that are like more, let's just say Teslas. Something that just updates over the air, and if you have like an actual issue, you'll know it. Like the car will say, yeah, control on the regenerative braking is shit. But if it's a dumb dash in the software update, push it over the air. Don't piss these people off. Okay, so I usually wake up in the morning, and my routine is this: I go on the phone, and I have YouTube Studio on the phone. And the phone notifies me of comments that have been made overnight. You're gay, you're a homo, you suck dick, you're gay, you don't have a house. I'm like, got it. And then one guy goes, in one of my F-150 videos, he goes, I am so happy I bought a 2025 Roush F-150. And I said, the wrong one to buy. Now, then you have to explain to them that why is it the wrong one? Why is it the wrong one? Alex, you talked great about Roush before. The only Roush stuff I've talked great about is the Magnuson blower that they put on their launch series and the Gen 2. I've only talked highly positive about the Gen 2 Roush Stage 3, Phase 2, and the new launch edition Magnuson supercharger specifically for the Gen 3, the Gen 4s, sorry. And that's it, full stop. So then I'm sure in other videos I talk about the the 2650 Eaton rotor pack is the best for, the suckers hit better down low. And then maybe somebody goes, well, that's the blower Alex is talking about, right? Alex likes Roush. This truck has a 2650. I'm going to buy it. And then when they go to Lund Racing and they're like, hey, I want to tune for this. And we're like, no. And people say, why don't you support it? Because you need to understand the process to make a tune is a major, major undertaking. We either buy, rent, own, vet the file for weeks, not 1 week, not 2 weeks, weeks. And then we release it. That's why I thought it was hilarious when people announced that there was tuning available for the 2024 and up Mustang and F-150, that a whole bunch of fly-by-night tuners were offering dyno tuning for it. You don't even know what the fuck you're looking at. You mean it got indexed yesterday and all of a sudden you're able to tune it? Not ever having any background in any other tuning platform, but you're going to start off on 2020. Man, shut the fuck up. So, They need to realize that if a Roush Gen 3 Mustang performs badly, Like, the intercooling is really bad. There are special features for IAT retard and Spark IAT retard that are very aggressive, that because the intercooler brick is so inefficient on those vehicles, because the rotors are on top, intercoolers on the bottom on those guys, that, you know, they made a decision, we're not going to support this platform. Let all the other tuners have it. We don't care. It's just a waste of time to vet it. And then when you see how many people inquired about those, it was like not even worth doing. You know what I mean? There was like, maybe, let's say for instance, we were able to offer the tune and it cost Lund $25,000 and $50,000 in man hours, software, vehicles, development features, and tools to be able to make one automatic Roush file. How long would it take to make up that $25,000 back? Now, a lot of tuners are out there going, I don't get why it would cost Lund Racing $25,000, because we either buy the vehicle, buy the blower, buy the tools to make the Lund tunes distinctive to that vehicle. We don't just index. We don't just run with what is already indexed and just bada bing, raise timing, lower the threshold, or raise the threshold for retard for IAT and shift points, and here's a tune. No, it is a bottom to top complete rewriting based on what's indexed, but you completely rewrite it so that people can know that's how a Lund tune shifts. That's how a Lund tune idles. That's how a Lund tune works. So that's a huge undertaking. So how long would it take for you to make up a Roush Stage 3 Gen 3 file? There weren't enough inquiries to even make it worth it. But hell, F150, shit. Mustang, NA, shit. Whipple, centrifugal, and turbo, shit. All day, every day. So it was just a financial decision. So this gentleman, I'm sure, is looking at me going, you told me that Roush is great. You told me. And I'm like, damn. Maybe I should make a dedicated show talking about setups, but not to get too into the weeds, because every time I get too into the weeds, people get even more confused. So on this show, what we're going to talk about is specifically, first of all, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it? A lot of people watch all these trucks on social media and they want to build that. Unbeknownst to them, those are $100,000 to $150,000 builds. And they're like, what? I thought they just get some Caltrax bars, Vikings, a Beltec lowering kit, a power adder, and a fuel system, and we're done. You think a stock truck on 12 PSI is going to run 9s? No, these things are built bottom ends. And then when you hear them tell you what's done to it, don't believe them. Don't believe them. You know, you need to understand, like, the draggy pages are full of this. Oh yeah, it's stock motor. Then you find out it's built. Like, the top tier build you can get on this truck, but you're led to believe that you can do it on a stock motor. Don't believe anyone. So today we're going to make a very generic, and we'll talk about it. Maybe you own an F-150 and you're in the middle of that. I want to get after it. I want to be a part of that. At what level? Understand what is the weight of this truck. What is how much weight, how much power you need to make to move a certain amount of weight down the quarter mile efficiently. It's math. And apparently 560 takes only about 2,500 horsepower. So, fuck, I love it. I love fucking with seeing you that way. But let's start at the street level. Street level. What does that mean? Not 9 seconds. Not 9 seconds. I get it. Can you go 9s? Sure. Can you go 9s with a with a stock motor? Yeah. But to go 9s with an F-150 takes damn near 850 to 900 or maybe more horsepower. Like a 9-second F-150, which weighs what's a regular cab short bed weigh? Regular 25 regular cab short bed F-150 weight. I guarantee it's over 4,500 pounds. 4,000 to 4,600 pounds depending on configuration. Okay, what is a crew cab? Crew cab. Delete. for probably 4,900 to 5,800 pounds. So go to the Wallace Racing calculator, put in your weight of 4,500 pounds for a short bed, put in your weight for 5,000 pounds for a crew cab. Do me a favor, guys. Go ahead. Do me a favor. Go ahead and say, Wallace Racing calculator, how much do I need to make power-wise to go 9 seconds in a 4,500 pound truck and to go 9 seconds in a 5,000 pound truck? I guarantee it's well over 900 horsepower. Now, what does it take to make 900 horsepower on an F-150? Well, you need damn near 15, 16 pounds of boost. And then the transmission. Here we go. The transmission. Now you're going to start realizing that everyone is telling you that the 10-speed is the truth. We're lying to you. And then you're like, okay, I'll get it built. That's $6,800, Papa. Here you go. And you're like, wait a minute. So now I'm looking at a blown or turboed F-150 at over 15 pounds of boost. Okay, what do I need fueling wise? At least 1,300 X's. At least. If you want to chill out with 1050s, it's all good, but I'd rather you get 1300s for a little headroom. You're going to go E85, so you're going to get, and the fuel systems on F-150s are a little more, they vary a little more. The 4 Innovations I love, but Snow makes a fuel system. On 3 makes a fuel system, and we support every fuel system on the market for F-150s, even Mustangs. We just prefer you go with ones that's tried and true. But Snow and On 3 actually make fuel systems and 4 Innovations. So what's that cost? So now you got a blower. Now you got 15 pounds of boost. Now you got ID 1300Xs, a built transmission, a lowering kit, a drive shaft, a adjustable dampening, wheels and tires, sticky rubber. Right now, like, holy shit, this build is starting to creep up on $30,000 above the price of the vehicle. And that is a $45,000, $50,000 truck plus $30,000 to $35,000. And you have a 10-second truck that is only good in the quarter mile and not really good daily, because if you're over 15 PSI, you and I both know that is not a good daily truck. That totally changes when it comes to turbo. Turbo, you have adjustability. Turn off the boost controller. You can have a 7-pound spring on the wastegates, and this thing only makes 7 pounds no matter what the fuck you do. Flip on the boost controller, play with some settings, and you can go up to a certain level. But how many of you have seen, and again, I am not downing turbo kits, but how many of you in actuality have seen a fast truck that has had the same turbo kit on for over 30,000 miles, over 50,000 miles? There is no long-term testing on these kits. There is, as far as I know, nobody has said, you know what, I've had this kit. This is the stock kit. This is how it came to me from the manufacturer. I have 30,000 miles on it. No cracks on any of the welds, no issues with plumbing, no issues with any springs. Turbos are happy as shit, and I got 30,000 miles on it, and it's been running 980s like it's its job. Anybody? I don't know of many people that have had turbo kits on their trucks, and they've, and again, I'm not saying that they won't, but I have not seen a lot of them that last a long time. So to me, the moment you go turbo, this thing's a toy. It stops being a daily driver because you got turbo shit to worry about. And where does the exhaust get routed on some of this stuff? A lot of stuff goes up and out the hood or out the fenders. And the ones that do go out the back, I have no idea what the longevity is of that kit. And remember, the turbo kits make power. But what are you doing? What are you using it for? Are you only racing? Is this a toy? If you're on street level, you don't touch turbo. Okay? If you're on street level, daily driver, my only vehicle, you don't even consider a turbo kit. Now, this is how you know I'm not for sale for anybody. I say, look, the best thing to do on an F-150 that you drive every day is you get a TVS supercharger, or if for whatever reason you want a Whipple, get a Whipple, and you live on 10 psi, because that you can go to any gas station, get 93 octane, 15 degrees of spark advance. This thing's going to be happy, and it's probably going to be a 12.0 or an 11.7 truck on pump gas and 10 psi. Now you want to turn it up, change the pulley out, get the belt out, switch it out, and you can go 14 psi, Sunoco 260 GT. Ask your tuner for a 100 octane tune. Here comes 21 degrees of spark advance, higher shift points. You go to the track, you might bust off a 10. But that is a weekend warrior status. The moment you bust off that 10 and you're happy, you put on the 10 psi pulley, you get it back on pump gas, and you live a happy life. I don't know anyone that has done that with a twin turbo setup or single turbo setup for over 30,000 miles. Now people go, Alex, why do you say over 30,000 miles? You need to understand, we're talking about daily driver. That means you turn it on to go to the donut shop. You turn it on to drive bumper to bumper traffic to work and back. Everything you do, this vehicle is responsible for. I don't know many guys that use a twin turbo or turbo truck for daily driver use, but I sure as hell do know many, based on the people I tune, tons of people that all they do is have that one truck with a blower at 10 psi and it has 100,000 miles on it. Not sure about Whipples. Honestly, I've seen high mileage TVS or Roush trucks, not Magnuson because it just came out, but I've seen many Roush or TVS setups have gone well into the 50,000 mile range, 60,000 mile range with minimal, if any, issue. Dusty ass shit, dusty ass engine bay, because it's their daily driver. So, in my opinion, a positive displacement supercharger, whether it's Whipple, whether it's a TVS, that is what you get on a heavy truck. The centrifugal stuff is kind of funky to me. So, every single supercharger that I know that comes on an F-150 runs off of the front sheath of the crank balancer. The crank pulley, the crank balancer has two ribs. The rear, I believe, runs the AC. The front runs the accessories, the water pump, the alternator, and other stuff. I forget what else runs off of that. I think it's just idler after that, because I think it's electronic power steering, if I'm not mistaken. So now you have a supercharger running off of the front sheath. In terms of longevity, I don't want you boosting it to death with anything that runs off of the front sheath on a stock motor unless you have some kind of crank support. And now we're talking about putting a crank support on something. Why? Because you are stressing it out. The supercharger, if it's a centrifugal, it's off to the top and the right. So that is far away. Then you have that distance. Say this is the crank, say this is the blower. Let's say the crank is pulling on the blower and it starts to deflect a little bit. Then you need to account for that deflection at high boost levels. I'm not a fan of running big boost numbers off of the front sheath on an F-150, whether it's centrifugal or whether it's positive displacement. So then people go, well, turbo. Okay, are you daily driving this thing? If you are, I think a turbo is a non-starter. I think turbo is, if you want a toy and you want the best performance possible, by far turbo. Then you're talking about which turbo. All the kits make power. Every kit on the F-150 makes power. So it's really up to you. I don't have a favorite. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's map sensor, injector data, and just send it on home with a similar tune. As long as you have the right map sensor, right and data in there, they're all going to perform similarly. I don't think there's a huge benefit. Maybe some install better than the others. But in my opinion, on an F-150, the conversation stops at positive displacement superchargers for 80% of the buying public. If 80% of the buying public are driving their trucks every day, you should only consider a positive displacement supercharger, be it Whipple or Magnuson. Personally, I want the most oomph, so that is going to be a 2650 rotor pack, full stop, and Magnuson offers that. For 18 to 23, I think Edelbrock offered something, and I think VMP at one time offered something, and Whipple offered something. 24 and up, Magnuson definitely offers the hot rod kit, which is in my GT500, as an option, and hopefully we can get some people on that, and we got data on it, and it looks to be very promising. So, in my opinion, for 80% of the people that have an F-150 that want to go a little quicker, you get yourself a positive displacement supercharger. The centrifugal is going to be so lazy down low, but don't get me wrong, at high boost, it's going to make power. But at the end of the day, are you a dig guy? Are you a roll guy? So then you have to decide on how you want your power delivered. So again, PD, number one. Centrifugal, I wouldn't even consider because I have a PD. Because if I'm going to consider anything else, it's just going to be turbo at that point and be a toy. So there you go. That was a very generic, general way of doing it. I'm going to do a standalone video on it where I talk about those pros and cons. I talk about the mounting bracket, the pros and cons of that, the centrifugal brands and why one are better than the other, and why would you even consider a centrifugal, you know, TVS versus Whipple's, fuel systems, supercharger type, and how your power is delivered, 2650 versus 7 versions of a rotor pack. That's right. Whipple has 7 versions of a rotor pack, Gen 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can make your mind up once that video drops. So we'll talk about that. And hopefully you guys will get well versed on that. And at least it'll give you some kind of, I don't want to say guidance. I'm not the end all be all. But it'll give you at least my thoughts based on my experience. You need to understand, I do this for a living every day for 8 hours a day. I see nothing but people that were hypnotized by some of these really fast trucks. They try to duplicate it, and then they start complaining about daily driver problems. And I go, well, you know, I have to have like a heart-to-heart with these people. I was going to say, you know what? Why is it that you saw a all-out race truck and thought, let me make my daily driver that? What? I don't see X275's car and I go, yeah, I'm going to make my notchback that. Running on M1, no intercooler. That'll be cool to take to work, said nobody. As it is now, I am showing you how the GT500 isn't even a good daily driver. Spool, cage, lobotomy tab where the where the net goes, you know, and I'm just like, this is not something I would drive daily, but it's a badass toy. We'll talk about that and hang out and get your comments, concerns about whatever you want to talk about. And again, thank you so much for indulging me for a half hour. Scott Belgian, thank you so much for sponsoring the kid, making sure that the channel grows. And hopefully we can get you some sales. If people weren't aware of Belgian wheels, check them out. Badass wheels. They even have a forged series. They have like a rotor form thing, and then they have like a forged, like actual forged wheels. So check them out. I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised at the prices and the designs. Donnie Renfro's in the house, and Donnie Renfro actually started a YouTube channel. So please, guys, do me a favor, go there, support him. I think he's gonna do well, and it's just a matter of being consistent, giving you. He is an everyday man. Okay, he's not sponsored by anybody. He has a normal job, has a family. So if you're gonna follow anybody modifying their F-150 with my guidance, meaning I could say, hey, this is what you could do, because he asks me questions. He's like, what do you think I should do? So you will then see the end result of what you could build on a regular guy like Donnie. Because when I build it, they're like, oh, you're giving you free stuff, so you're just a big pussy that gets free stuff. Big pussy. And I'm like, right, at least I'm a big pussy. You're a skinny pussy. So there you go. Had D1X Pro Charger on an F-150. I had the add-on pulley. Oh my God, the Crank Snapper 5000. Had a bad feeling, so I traded it in. When they drove it at the dealership, the crank broke. Dodged a bullet. It's unreal. The Edgars be rolling out on the F-150. No water. 10R grenade at 850. So remember this, guys. Now you have a F-150 that weighs 1,000 pounds more than a Mustang. It also has grip because you're launching in 4-wheel drive. How do you think that transmission is going to like them apples? You think that transmission is going to be like, oh, this is awesome. Grip. Oh, look, I have 850 crank horsepower ready to go. I'm just going to transfer this to the wheels and have a happy life. Not get hot at all and not flare on the shift on the 5.6 at all. When someone messages me on my work email, they're like, hey, Alex, I've been driving the truck for the last year and it's been fun. Now it's starting to flare the 5.6. And I go, really? Did you go racing last weekend? Yeah, right. Now, maybe you got lucky and you can do a trans relearn, shut off the adaptive, and the truck will be happy. Or you smoke the bitch. Because when you're going wide open throttle, the next subsequent pulls are usually bad. Watch your favorite Deedle Derp channel where he makes a pull with a 30 PSI F-150. So you go down the track. Let's say you have a 25 and up PSI F150. Oh, man, that felt good. Yeah, then you get the time slip. Whoa, man. Whoa, brother. 9-3, brother. This is amazing. Take off, and then you really listen to the truck taking off. Oh, that transmission sounds pretty pissed off. Every single time. Some of the best things that I do is listen to how these things shift. You know what I mean? You hear somebody go, dude, that 10R80 is singing. And that thing's like, and I'm like, bro, you posted that thinking it was a good thing? You stupid son. You posted that? Stupid? And you're starting to notice that even with the advanced computer that the 24 and up Mustangs have, when you're pulling to death, when you're the murder, death, kill pulley, you're going to experience 10R issues. There's 10 fucking speeds in this thing. This thing's trying to like, and it's fucking 1,300 horse down the throat. And you oh yeah, it should just be like a robot. It should just like a robot. No, maybe once. And then, sacao el party. Property car enthusiasts make their daily race vehicle, right? What's up, guys? I work at GE. I put fins on the engines, and I made my only vehicle a 1,000 horsepower twin turbo on Bellac truck driving on Mickey Thompson Street at Sesters in Florida. Check it out. Oh shit, look, a little rain cloud. Dies. Big Toto is better than Little Toto all day. Little Toto, you gotta be careful. Does Lund still tune the centrifugal? We don't mention still. Yes. So, okay, what do you think the difference is between a Vortec tune, a ProCharger tune, and a wish blower? Whoa, we got so sensitive about Alex saying truth about. We called the guy a beaner asshole. we berated a customer and he called us out on it and we removed him from the list. What do you think the difference is between those three blowers? The math curve. Oh, well, this one's got a billet impeller. It totally delivers power in a completely different way. You know, the only centrifugal setup that's like the gayest shit I've ever seen is torque booster gay homos. Matter of fact, we were talking about smooth boost on these Whipple F150, Whipple superchargers, or like, I love people that advocate smooth boost. So let's talk about smooth boost. Let me ask you guys a question. The smooth boost bypasses air. Where does it bypasses to? Atmosphere? It don't bypass it to atmosphere. It bypasses it back into the fucking the lid. So let's spin the rotors for 30 psi, wastegate 20, and only use 10. Well, what do you think happens? What do you think happens to that air in there? That's stupid. That's stupid. Now, people would say, Alex, is that the same thing at, oh, he says I'm back, did he? You got it, brother.
Oh, fuck that shit, nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck that ass, nigga. Oh, shit, nigga.
The way he says it with the accent.
Fuck that shit, nigga. Fuck that ass, nigga.
Damn, Meek. Meek was probably throwing it back. Hey, I'm low-key noticing that shit. I remember a while back asking if you could turn off adaptive learning for the 10R80, and I asked the transmission guy here at Ford, and he said, no, it's there forever. It can't be shut off. What a stupid son of a bitch. I have the Hellion bottom mount kit that is pushing 20,000 miles. Nice. Granted, I'm at 10 PSI, but I love it, and I've been around turbos for a minute. Good. Okay, good. Spool and bend. Then you're probably someone that I can say, okay, if you have a Hellion kit, 20,000 miles, and it's no issue, I stand corrected. But does that hold true for all the other turbo kits? You know? I don't know. Like, I need to have these queued up, but the thing is, the nice thing about the show is it's organic. Asian, is it this it? Is this it? Is this it? Do those kits last 20,000 miles? Hey Alex, how come ML can offer me HP tuners with unlimited credits, but others can't? Fuck! Damn. Green dit is better than blue dit. But are they real Balax? Sounds like you should pay him a visit, EPA. Piss cold wheels on my daily. That depends on the Pro Charger's MAF in the pipe or intercooler. Right. I said the MAF curve. The MAF curve. So if you have a 3.5-inch tube, then the MAF curve changes. If it has a 3-inch tube, it changes. If it has a 4-inch tube, if it's in the intercooler, then you have to ask the genius that bought the Pro Charger what stage intercooler. That's right, guys. A stage 1 intercooler has a different MAF curve than a stage 2, then a race intercooler, and then they offer a MAF in charge pipe upgrade. I am blown away that people still buy that blower. Blown away that people still buy that blower. Just facts, 10 too many for my taste. Smooth boost is for smooth brains. The inlet, right? It just goes back in. It just circulates. And you're like, so where the fuck is the boost going? Now, for ramp purposes, I get it. You're like, well, I'm going to sit there and program a ramp from like, I'm going to leave on 10 PSI and then just crank it up to 20 after I launch. Cool. Or, dickhead, you could adjust your suspension properly. The Lunds leave on like 1,500 horsepower. The Lunds leave on like 1,500 horsepower. 1,500. It's right now, this bitch is ready to pop at 1,500. And it goes, boo. Would you still rep that centrifugal company if they hadn't done Valley bad, taken out Lund off the list? Not rep because I sold the blower, but if they would have taken care of Valley and they would have worked with Valley instead of berating him, yeah. Dude, if you're my customer, and I say my Lund, I got you. I fucking got you. If a fucking manufacturer pops off on some dumb shit, I'm going to be up there asking, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Not only does this guy push your product, he's right. He keeps on snapping belts. And you see Eric Vega, once he pulleys to a certain amount, he keeps snapping belts. Is he a dumbass too? Is he a dumbass beaner? Is he a Neanderthal dumbass beaner? Is he a Neanderthal dumbass Dallas beaner? Is he? No. The guy is a smart guy. And he has issues. So what is more likely? There's an issue with the kit at a certain power level, or beaner dumbasses should not have centrifugals. Might be onto something. Motherfucker makes heat. What was that? Welcome, guys. Evil villain laugh. Meek was throwing it back while in missionary. Not Meek throwing it back. It's a catch. Blong. Yes, you can turn it off with regular IDS, FRDS on 6R80s and 10R80s. It even asks you, says Mr. 6R80. Whipple theme. Brian Felder. I'm here for this. Praying for my Street 24 4-wheel drive F150 on twin 62s, 1050s, triple pump, E85, Vikings front and rear can touch 1050s with easy. Easy. Now, it's your daily or is it a fast street toy? Because we're talking now about a triple fuel systems on Vikings. Like, Vikings weren't meant to have longevity tests on, like, regular bumps. See, a lot of people look at a nice, shiny Viking, and they're like, yeah, this is better than my stock shock. And you're like, for what? Vikings weren't designed for daily driver duties. Going up uneven. And then, let's say you have an anti-roll bar, and every single day, twice a day, you go up in a crazy uneven area at your work, and your links and your bars and your welds and your bolts are like, fuck. And then the shocks are going like this, and you're like, drag race stuff was meant to be on a smooth track, and whoop, that's it. An anti-roll bar does not like any of this shit. It's meant to just keep everything straight, flat. The Vikings are just valving up and down. Whoop. They weren't meant to be like, Oh, we got some potholes. You know what? The potholes next to the Dunkin' Donuts are real rough. Let's set the settings to 0, 0. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. Bondo's ringtone. Oh, that's fucked up. Could you imagine? You call Bondo and he's like... Who the fuck is texting me during the show? Okay, got it. I'm blown away that people text me during the show. Anyway, I'm blown away by a blower. My On3 kit is a year old and about 8 to 10,000 miles on it. I've replaced the blow-off valve and wastegate. The turbo is probably the next thing to get replaced. Wah, wah, wah. You understand what happens when you put in stuff that... And this is what they'll say, right? This is how people sell the kit, but you don't understand what they're saying. This kit made 1,000 horsepower on the truck. You're like, okay. How did it survive after that, using it every day, going to Dunkin' Donuts before work, and then going to my job? What? Yeah. So a brand new kit was put on a truck. It made 1,000. Cool. Now let's drive it for 20,000 miles. Oh, you fucking gay? Yeah. Well, it's my only truck, man. Like, do you have any longevity? Ah, shut up, man. 1,000. 1,000. It made 1,000. Why do you give a fuck if it lasts long enough? I kind of give a shit because it's my only truck, and like my wife is sick of my ass. I mean, we've had trouble, and you know she don't need me spending money on the truck. Well, you bitch. Alex, have you played around with those blow-up valves that bleed boost on the Sentries? I know nothing about them. I'm curious how they work. Look, Spool and Ben. Do me a favor. Don't ever mention torque boosters on this channel again. These fucking homos that live off of a torque booster, same theory applies. Let's talk about what happens. And get ready to clip this, you fucking California homosexuals. Let's say, dickheads, you have a torque booster set up. You are compressing the air to be able to produce 15 or 20 psi, but then you bleed off everything but 10. Tell me how hot that air is going into the engine. You've compressed it. It's being compressed. Then it goes through the intercooler. Then you bleed that shit off. Then it goes through the math. Is the air hotter when you're compressing 10 psi worth of air or 20 psi worth of air? Same thing goes with the smooth boost. You're spinning the rotors to make 20 or 30, but you're only using 10. Do you think that air is any colder? Well, that's not how it works. Right. It's stupid. What's up, Craig Walls? How you doing? Nice to see him here. Nice to see a legitimate racer with our logo on the back of his car. Alex, if you can find a 15 to 17 RCSB, would you get that over 23 and up and boost it? Yes, I would. Okay. If Alejandro Flores gets an RCSB, it's a toy. It's a toy. Yeah. Gen 2. All day. Crew cab. I saw a guy named Daryl Abrupovic, whatever. Bitch was running 960s. You know, on 5-time kit. He modified it. Built motor. Built 6R80. 9.6. Perfect. 8s is crazy. Foxhound, Ultimator. Cheap stuff is cheap up front, but expensive in the long run. I'm late. What's up? Buy once, cry once. Made 1,000 once. Cali hetero. Okay. Torque booster guys bought pedal extenders. Don't forget the brake pedal extender. Just buy the 69th generation of our blower, no torque booster needed. Look, a lot of people need to realize that if something works really well, you don't change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this is the problem with a lot of people. They think there is a template. There's a template. Like, imagine you love Oreo cookies, right? And you're like, I want to make an Oreo cookie, but different. Okay, well, it's not an Oreo cookie. I want an Oreo cookie. I know what to expect. When I open a packet of Oreos and it's just crisp and you just grab that fucking... The thin ones are gay, but they got crunch. So they slap. And you're like, whoa, this is great. I want to try to make these myself. Then you go home and you, I don't know, get the wrong flour, the wrong cocoa, the wrong vanilla, the wrong everything. And you make it and you're like, but you convince yourself It's just as good as a Oreo. Like, no, it's not as good as an Oreo. It's shit, but it gets the job done. It's sugary bullshit in your mouth. That's the same thing with turbo kits and blowers and setups. There are tried and true setups that have run the number over and over and over, and you dumb sons of bitches try to reinvent the fucking wheel because you want to make it different. I don't want to do what Edgar did. Edgar put a Hellion kit 1050Xs in a 4 system and he ran 990. Fuck that. I want to do it with Turvy turbo kit. For what? Are you opening a shop? Are you offering a business? You're not offering a business? You're not offering a shop? The fuck are you doing? No one. You're not going to become famous. You're not going to become famous because you built something that everyone else has already built. You're not going to become famous. If you bought that GT500 and started a YouTube channel thinking that people are just going to follow you because you have a GT500, I got one thing coming for you. There are guys that, I don't know, eat food and get 12 million views because they're disgusting, gross pigs or competitive eaters. No one's following you for your fucking stupid GT500. Now, if you light that GT500 on fire and crash it into something, you might get views. Kind of expensive, though, to do that. Motherfuckers name that for some white pasta sauce that wants to be taken seriously. Bro, that guy's so mad that I don't give him any play. And it's a stand. Just frustrated that I don't give him play. Would you buy a torque booster? Why would you buy a torque booster when you can get a Taurine tune? Give me that quad stuff. The El Emperador cookie depends on white pasta sauce. Got that double stuff action. Now, Jim Farley's claiming he can't fill 5,000 six-figure mechanic jobs. I think I already talked about that like a month ago. Eat Oreos with a fork in the frosting and dip it in milk. No, that is, what are you, Russian? No, you take that shit in your fingers like a man, you put it in that bitch, and when the bubbles stop, you understand? I'm peak fat boy, okay? I'm so poor. You get the non-name brand, I forget what they're called. It's like Apex Cookie or something weird. What's it called? Isn't Apex, what are they called? Oreo style. They're called a certain cookie. No. What are they called? They're like non-brand, but there's a certain name for that cookie, which is, frosting in the middle and 2 wafers on the outside. I forget what it's called. But this is what you do. You take 2 at the same time, and you put them in a cup of milk, and then you watch for the bubbles. And right before the bubble, there's like a what do you call it? A rate where the bubbles are, then it slows down. There, pull it out. Hydrox, thank you. No, Hydrox is a brand. Cream Betweens. Cream Betweens. So right before the bubbles stop, pull it out, and it is like gooey and milk, bro, like badass. But if you wait too long, you will drop that cookie in the bottom of that cup, and you're gonna have to get it when you finish drinking that milk. So, and it's the soggiest, nastiest shit. You want a little bit of texture, but soft enough to just be able to like squeeze it once or twice and bro, peak fat boy. I dust off a sleeve in 2 minutes. Peak fat boy. Bros drown someone when the bubbles stop. Ceiling chirp cookies. On the topic of what 80% people want in F150s, they want a truck they can daily drive, stay on 93 octane, and live a happy life. For example, Super Crew F150 with a guy with a Magnuson 2650 at 10 PSI. That is, guys, the template. The template for a happy man is a crew cab, Magnuson, 10 PSI, 4-wheel drive. That is peak male performance. You go fishing, you go to work, and then if somebody wants to fuck with you, you got a low 11-second capable setup. And you're like, okay, I mean, if you beat me, you got something. But a 10 PSI crew cab is probably a 12.0, 11.9 truck on 91 octane. If you just happen to have Sunoco 260 or Octane Booster and the right tune in that bitch, and maybe 12 PSI, let's say for instance, you're a psychopath. And you're like, you know what, this week, there's this one fucking Model 3 performance that fucks with me at Jog and Haverhill. Or Jog and Southern. He fucks with me. Every day on Jog and Southern. It's blue. I'm gonna get a 13 PSI pulley and octane boost my 30-gallon gas tank. So all week, I'm ready. Cool. No problem. Guess what? Oh, there he is. Found you, motherfucker. There you are. Then you can maybe dust off this guy and he could pull over when you get a honey bun at the Wawa, gotta get that honey bun and coffee, and you're like, oh, hey, that thing's pretty quick. You're like, yeah, I see you fuck with me, so I had to turn it up a little bit, bitch. Oh, man, those are the days. Those were the days, bro. It's not Hydrox. Is it Hydrox? Hydrox cookie. Hydrox is a brand, all right? Isn't it like a 50s brand? Nah, motherfucker. Hydrox is a brand. See, you guys are so gay. Hydrox is a brand. It's like saying Oreo. It's like saying Pampers. Hydrox is the original. It's actually the original sandwich cookie. Take that, motherfucker. Images. But what are they're not Hydrox. They're something else. They're like vanilla. They're like brown. Hydrox. Okay, let me go to Publix. Publix. Cookies. There you go. Okay. Let me see. Oh, fuck, bro. This is the time of year, too, that I have to be careful because I will gain 10 pounds in a week if you put me in front of a carrot cake or some shit or apple or pumpkin pie with ice cream and whipped cream. I'm fucked. Don't invite me to your shit. I will eat everything. Where are they? Fuck. Now I gotta find them. This became the cookie show. These cookies are fucking weird. If you like these cookies, you're a homosexual. Weird cookies. Burnt cookies. Do you imagine? I'll go to Publix buy some burnt ass cookies. Burnt ass cookies. If I wanted to have burnt ass cookies, I would have had my ex-girlfriend make me cookies. Burnt ass cookie ass head ass. Damn, I gotta find them. Can y'all help me with that shit? Walmart brand Oreo is called Twist. What the fuck? And Shout. EBT or high. You sons of bitches, they're not Hydra. They're called in-betweens, I think, for the off-brand ones. Okay. In-between cookies. What should be liar? Cream-filled sandwich cookies. Okay. We're getting closer, guys. Cream-filled. There we go. We're getting close. Images. Click on images. Come on. There. Hey, duplex. That's what they were. Duplex cookies. Motherfucker. Here it is. That's right. Duplex cream. Lil Dutch duplex cream. $1.25. You know that's made out of cardboard. And like horse jizz. Dollar Tree. You want to know how poor? Damn. Oh my Lord. 1 pound of Lil Dutch. $1.25. Man, what you talking about? I gotta feed my family. I gotta get them duplex cooking. Bro, you get this shit with the off-brand milk? Damn. Fat boy times. Let me delete this fucking thing. The Belgian logo is getting in the way. And I did a transparent Belgian logo that I thought, actually, I'll see if you guys are okay with this. So this Belgian logo at the top here is transparent, and I had JD Swag do me a favor, and I was hoping that I could like put it off to the side here or something, but it's like distracting, right? Like it's like ridiculously distracting. So I was like, let's just incorporate it in the existing, or maybe I can make it smaller, right? Oh shit, I never hit the right thing. Boom, there it is, right? Okay. And see, I gotta duck my head, right? Boop. Or I could just make it smaller, but the problem is it's transparent, and I'd have to like put it like on the bottom right here, and it didn't work. So JD Swag, shout out to him. He made me one that incorporated into the existing setup there. Vienna Fingers, an EBT dream. Images on cream in betweens is crazy work. No problem. What about the old school Kiwi shoe polish? Betunazo. 12.8 isn't special these days, but my Platinum FX4 Super Crew 3.5 EcoBoost has been doing it for 80,000 miles and tows the car on trailer grade. Donnie's truck, naturally aspirated on E85, runs 12.9. So that's what's up. Now I'm hungry for some True Blue lemon cookies and milk. Oh, stop. One of the worst things that happened to me is I got on a plane and I got introduced to Bischoff crackers. I'm like, you biscuits. Is it Bischoff? 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 Oh my God. Biscoff? Biscoff, whatever. Bro, I'm like, what is this? What is this? And then I went, oh, bro, fuck me. You cannot put, what the fuck did you son of a bitch, you put peanut butter, vegan peanut butter? Yeah, we're going to pass on that shit. Yeah, no, forget it. If this year somebody like starts sending me cookies, like Slow 99 sent me a whole bunch of candy, bro, I went into a coma. I was like, oh, there goes a whole bag of cream savers. Gone. The roof of my mouth was destroyed. Oh, the Belgians logo's in the middle. Belgians logo dead center. So yeah, it's not a good look. It's like having Captain Crunch. Biscoff. Yeah, it's like having Captain Crunch. Like Captain Crunch is awesome until the next day. The roof of your mouth is like you chewed on needles. And I'm like, why is this so good but so bad at the same time? You can get some pretty good shit at Dollar Tree. They get in Lay's stacks sometime. What? The Pringles wannabe? This is why Snap should be only good for single ingredient food items. Dude, did you know that 4 Coca-Cola glasses were Snap eligible because in the packet popcorn was in it? Crazy. The cheese popcorn at Dollar Tree is pretty good, though. Congrats on the new sponsorship. Thank you so much. Velden been awesome. He wanted to meet with me. I had lunch with the guy. We spent hours together, and I think he got to know me. Like, okay, can I do business with this guy? And I'm like, look, all I'm asking you is to try me out, right? Obviously, I'll buy a set of your wheels. Somebody goes, oh, I got you. I'm like, okay, not a problem. Like, what do you want? I'm like, VF5s. I know exactly what I want. I know the color I want. I know the fitment I want. And he was happy. He was like, thank God. I don't have to like browbeat him as to like he knows what he wants. I said, yes, because they're light, and I'll do that. I'll weigh them with a tire on versus like a Brembo wheel, and it is noticeably lighter. So that's the whole point, to have a nice street wheel, light, good performance. And the VF5 was nice. The VF9 looks good too, but I think the VF9 looks better in a S550 than the S197 because of the Brembo sort of style. Bustelo intake. Biscoff is cocaine on steroids. Biscoff cookies are so stupid. I miss when Girl Scout cookies were actually good. No, they're still good. What are you talking about? They're bad for you, though. They're like really bad for you. They used to make Biscoff butter spread. I'm kind of late to the show. Did you go over the F150 configuration? Yep. So go back to the beginning of the show. And I talk about how people get hypnotized by the fast trucks. I mean, they don't even know what to do. And Donnie's one of those guys. Donnie is a recovering racer. Donnie was psychotic. Remember, guys, Donnie went 9-0 with a 2.3 liter TVS on a full weight S197, stock Gen 2 bottom end. Remember, guys, that car was absolutely flying. I think it went 149 or 150 miles an hour. And I was like, and it was an unported blower, unported shit, unported heads. So unported heads, unported blower, unported lower manifold, cams, Gen 2, 69 upper, stock lower. That car was flying. He had it just figured out. And again, that I had like 200 tunes in that car when I was at the VMP. So yeah, no, I learned the Gen 1 tuning converter shift schedule shit on that car. Theo, I went 12s in my Tune Delete 19 F250. Great miles per gallon and 6R trans, not a gay 10R. Good for you, brother. Good for you. Diesel stuff, though, is funky. I watch these tractor pulls, and I'm blown away at the power potential that diesel has, right? And it's like, oh, yeah. And then you look at diesel guys, and they're sawed-off pricks with a huge ego. And I'm like, I don't want to be involved in that world either. Like, I don't care about that. Pub Sub scrapes the roof of my shit, too. Yeah, Pub Sub bread is made of razor blades, but it's awesome. Them Christmas tree cakes are absolutely lethal. They just stacked up at my local Publix, and I had to get away. I had to get out of there. It's like being at a party full of alcohol and you're a recovering alcoholic. I gotta get out of here. Checking in, gonna catch a replay. Thank you so much, brother. I bought S650 wheels for my S197, and the guy sold them to me. Got Velgins, I think, for his GT. They were beautiful. So hey, we're here, and Velgin is gonna get that kind of treatment. So if you go to VelginWheels.com, they have a great gallery. Okay, like they get professional photos in their gallery, and like I'm telling you, like look at this fucking thing. Okay, that wheel fits that car so effing good. But you talked about an S650, so those wheels on an S650, and I think Scott bought a Dark Horse. Boy, I mean, they did a really good job of taking pictures and putting a gallery together to know exactly what you want. So you can literally call up Scott. Look at these wheels. These are 24s. Are these 24s? 24 by 10 brush clear with polished lip. Bro, these are serious. Holy shit. I want to show you his Dark Horse. His Dark Horse is, here it is. Wait, is that it? I don't know if that's his Dark Horse. That's an S650. But look, I mean, they do a good job of taking photos of something you specifically want. So if you're like, hey, and they tell you what it is. VSL 01s. So you don't have to wonder. Yeah, I say, I want the VSL 01s in this picture, and you have that car. That's how they'll look. And he'll say, what tire? Here is the Dark Horse. Not a Dark Horse fan, but look, I'm sorry. You gotta give credit where credit is due. The stuff is pretty shit. And he's got 64 pages of a Lightning. Brother, I like that classic 5-star on a Lightning. That looks really good. There was a Durango that look at this Mach 1. Oh, come on, stop it. I mean, look, maybe that's not your cup of tea, but you cannot deny that this is pretty fucking badass. So yeah, like working with him was a no-brainer. I was like, dude, you make good stuff. I see your wheels all over the place. The F-150 market is exploding. And look at the Durango market he's got covered. He's got the Dodge guys. Wait. He's got the Dodge guys covered. Stop it. Yeah, so he's got 84 pages of gallery. Crazy. Corvette stuff, BMW stuff. These are the wheels that are on Jake's truck. Okay, so Jake saw this truck and said, I want those wheels. So Jake's red F-150 has these wheels, and I think they're 21s or 22s, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, just go to the gallery, check out what they got going on, and he's really smart to go after the F-150 stuff because that's the hottest shit in the game right now. And guys, I'm simply going by what the tuning queue says, and a temperature of what is hot out there is the Lund Racing tuning queue, because we are the highest volume tuners. And if you got 50 orders 1 week and 39 of them are F-150, that tells you where the market is going. My weakness are those double chocolate Milanos. I can't even look at them at the store. I just realized I meant Velgens, dumb autocorrect. Diesel guys are today's car culture 15 years ago. Cancer, recovering racer, similar to a recovering crack addict. Yeah, you need to understand, like, men will, like, forget their family exists to go racing. And then they come back home after a week of racing. Car's broken, transmission blew up, rear end's blowed up, but they're happy. And the wife's like, I'm leaving. And you're like, what? Like, I'm leaving. You chose cars and fat guys with black hoodies eating at Chili's, trying to hit on the waitress. You know who you are. You know who you are. You guys think you're fucking hot shit. You think you go to Chili's in Maryland, Ohio somewhere, and the bitch that's taking your order is like, oh my God, you're so fucking hot. Oh my God, another fat fuck with a black hoodie comes in here and asks for my number. I can't wait to get laid with a big old fat motherfucker with a black hoodie on. Stupid. Jay Walker, man, what are delicious. 24s for the Cadillac, Alex. Whoa. Wait a minute. Do they have a Cadillac Escalade? Let me type in Escalade. Escalade. Don't do that to me. My car's a piece of shit. Holy shit, they have Escalade. A few more. No, they have like new Escalade. They have like not me, which is poverty Escalade. But I have 15 to 20 Cadillac Escalade VFF. Not a fan. Not a fan. This one looks good. But it'd have to be like a satin finish. Do you know what I am saying? This one looks, 24 by 10. This is what they got going on. Does not fit your 14 Mustang GT5. Yeah, no shit. So this is what they got on the site for the Escalade. Could you imagine me rocking them shits on the Escalade? 24 by 10s, bumping, I don't know. What the fuck would I be bumping? Bumping too short? I don't know. I'll go to jail. Straight to jail. I bought some for my S197 older models, though. Lightweight, amazing wheels. VF5s, the moment I saw VF5s, I go, that's like a modern, light, futuristic Brembo wheel. I like it. And because it fits the S197 theme. Belgians on a new edge. Fuck, that's a good question. 1999 gay Mustang. Gay Mustang. I typed in 99 gay Mustang. Nothing came up. Seriously, I did. Fuck. Okay. Let's go to Belgian. Let's go to do my wheel. I don't think he gives a fuck about them old shits. Let me see. Where is it? Where would I go? Where would I go? Can I just type in Mustang? I think 05 and up is where it starts. 15, 16, 15, 20, 05, 2020, 2005. Yeah, like, he's not gay. He doesn't fuck with the old shit. That's not to say the wheels won't fit. 16, 05, 15 to 24, 16. He has very specific fitment. You need to understand. He's like, okay, these wheels fit with these tires with this lowering kit. He actually asked me, what suspension mods do you have? And I'm like, well, it's like a drag spring in the rear and a coilover in the front. He goes, do you have a panhard bar? Yup. He goes, well, you got to have a 290, a 285 will fit perfect, but a 305 might rub on an 11, so get a 10 and a half. And I'm like, yep, yes, sir. Like, he really knows what he's talking about. Oh, yeah, they're awesome shirts. I can eat like 2 bags. Okay. Black Milano cookies. Black. You said black Milano cookies? Milano. The black Milano cookies. Black? No, there's no black Milano cookies here. I think you're lying. I think Milano cookies are Milano cookies. Pepperidge Farm Milano dark chocolate. Is that what you meant? Let's see what he said. Let's see what he said. Dark chocolate. Where is he? It's red. Jay Walker, Snap. He's talking about Snap. Checking in. Gonna catch a replay. Da da da. My weakness are those double chocolate Milanos. Gotcha. Double chocolate Milano cookies, bro. I think this thing hears me. I'm kind of scared. Okay, let's check out what's going on with this shit. No. Pepperidge Farm double dark chocolate. No, we're not. Come on. We're not trying to be healthy in this joint. We're trying to get fucking diabetes and die. Like ASAP. Milk chocolate. So you can go right to the bathroom and shit your pants. $4.59 at Target. Not bad. 15 cookies. See the full details of this thing. What if I wipe off the whole fucking bag? Motherfucker. What's this? Society to buy. Eligible for, okay. Delivery, shipping, pickup, double. I want the nutritional content. Here we go. Yeah. Fuck yeah. 8. So is this per cookie? Size, amount per cookie. So this is times 8. So 830 calories for a whole bag, right? One cookie is 17 grams. That's not terrible. Why is that not terrible? Damn, these are damn near healthy. These bitches will cure cancer. Yeah, no, go ahead. It's better than Oreo. Oreos are legit bad when you look at the nutritional content. I've seen some on New Edge. They do look nice. Will there be a Belgian discount code? You know what? That is a great question. Big Drizzle. I will talk to Scott. And this is the thing, guys. Do me a favor, right? 315 of you on. Go to belgianwheels.com for me. Just to make it seem like, hey, we're actually bringing traffic. And inquire, right? Hi, email them. So that tomorrow, they're going to go, you motherfucker, you flooded us with emails of legit inquiries, not bullshit, not, hey, I'm here to support Alex. Say, hey, do you guys carry, you still got the Belgian logo in the middle of my face. I got to delete this because it's like literally in the middle of my face. Boom, boom. Okay, delete. Are you sure you want to delete Belgian? Yes, get out of there. Because every time I click it, it's in the middle of my face. And say, hey, do you guys have any fitment for 99 and up, New Edge, or 96 and up? No, New Edge is 99. So 99 and up instead of SN, or you got SN fitment, because he's going to say, yeah, it's probably the same as this and this and that. So check them out. Vanilla double stuff are fire. So you guys might think I'm you pronounce Target too? I thought that was just a hood thing. No. Target, you say Target to make it seem like you're going somewhere fancy. Walmart is Walmart. But then you go, I'm going to go to Target because it's, fancy. Wheel logo in your head area. Yeah, I had to get it out of there. Alex is having two conversations at the same time. I am. So, I'm psycho and I like the mint Oreos. I'm one of those guys that likes mint chocolate chip ice cream. And every single time some fucking bitch I'm on a date with, she's like, well, let me taste your ice cream. I'm like, you're going to say it tastes like medicine. 20 minutes later, came back and glad we're still on cookies. 0150 wheels. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they have C601 fitment on their website. Y'all got me over here door dashing cookies. Bro, cookies are... Remember? Eat fudge stripes? These things. Fudge stripes? Bro. How does this know? How does this know I'm a fat son of a bitch? Oh, fuck. Guys, it's over. I'm like shitting and farting all day. Oh, bro. The whole 10 bags is king size. Nah. The big bag. The shit that has rose in it. Yeah, the bitch that has rose in the shit in the joint. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck. Dude. I miss, being 15. I could just eat whatever and have, regular Coca-Cola. You know when was the last time I had regular Coca-Cola? Regular Coca-Cola. Even though Coke Zero is pretty badass. It slaps, okay? It's badass. It fucks. That's what the kids say. Big perk in the house. Wally World. I spent 18 months going from 310 to 205. If I have those cookies again, I'll be back again. See? See what I'm talking about? And you somehow went 9s in an S550, 310 pounds. Damn right, have to reach out and see if something will fit. Not all wheel companies take time to factor in suspension and whatnot. That guy does. He literally goes, okay, so I made his life easy. I said, my S197 sits like an Ibach Pro kit. He knew exactly the fitment. He goes, yeah, if you get if you get a Continental, if you get a Bridgestone, or if you get a Pilot Sport Cup 2 or something like that, the sidewall is fatter. And I don't want to be responsible for denting your fender if the stick out is too much and it slams when you hit a pothole. And I'm like, bro, this guy is legit up on his fitment game. He's not just he actually even said, if I want to get you 11s, I got to cut the pad off the back and put it on a lathe a little bit. And I'm like, yo, this guy is legitimate depth of knowledge of fitment, of vehicle, size, offset, and tire, and suspension. I said, that's the guy I got to work with. Because I don't like working with people that just drop ship stuff. You know what I mean? Grand National Wheels, he said. I'm psycho. I like pistachio ice cream. You should go to jail. Pistachio ice cream? I think that's what they give people in Russia in jail. Toothpaste? I like toothpaste, right? Fuck yeah, grasshoppers. No mint or coconut. Can't stand mint anything. I'm going to tell you a guilty pleasure I probably shouldn't tell you. A peppermint stick. They make at certain places. I think you can order it. If y'all want to get me this, it's like a broomstick. It's like a glizzy peppermint stick. And I polish that motherfucker off in private. Right? I shut all the blinds. And I'm just and I make it a point. Right? You get a peppermint stick, like a candy cane, but a peppermint stick. And you just go to town. And then you get it really pointy. And you start stabbing yourself with it. And then you break it. You eat it. I'm a fat kid. And probably a little sus too. No way. I wasn't that big back then. I didn't gain the weight until after the COVID vaccine. I was 230. Wait, COVID is supposed to make you not smell shit. You just went on an eating binge? You just go to a fucking Golden Corral and just polish off the whole side of the meat? Oh, here's all the pizzas and fucking wings. Bah! You gained damn near 100 pounds? How the fuck do you do that? How tall are you? 5'11"? Fudge dipped Oreos, diabetes central, but worth it. Fudge dipped Oreos? We're having 17 conversations today. Fudge dipped. You know, the older I get, the more oh my fucking God, what is this? A moment like this. Some people wait. Oh, what the fuck did I just do? A moment like this, I never. Oh my God, me voy a cagar. You ever wonder, like, when you're, these are the type of cookies that when you shit, you gotta just get right in the shower. Like, it's not worth going through doubled up Cottonelle, and you're just like, another streak, another streak, another streak, another. Oh my God. Guys, just hop in the shower. The moment you finish a roll of these, a sleeve, get in the shower, spread those cheeks, and let the water do the work. Unless you got a bidet in your shit. Because ain't no way. Like, if you wipe your ass with just dry toilet paper, I know you got a shitty ass. It's just no way in hell you got it all. You gotta dig some shit out. No fucking way you went and had, like, I don't know, a pulled pork sandwich, fries, and a Coke, and then you shit that, and then you're like, yeah, I got it all with one or two swipes of Cottonelle. You got to get wet wipes. Wet wipes, get the bulk of it, then you finish it off with the Cottonelle. The Cottonelle, to me, is the cleanup crew. The main line of defense is, like, baby wipes or some kind of, like, man wipes or something. Shout out to Alex and the Army for making sure we're all on game. Patreon is the truth, and a lot of incredibly knowledgeable people on there. Here's to the Belgians for the GT500. Thank you so much. If you don't want to wait for information and you want answers at midnight, I'm telling you, there are people in there. Slow 99 is like expert level N-gauge shit, and he knows setups like the back of his mind. Bryson Witt owns a 1,000 horsepower GT500, and he knows how to get there. So if you want someone like that, he's there, and he won the blower. SVT, Alfredo Diaz, Bondo Bird, Corey Grayley hovers in there. Probably, just to make sure I'm keeping up on the up and up. Radioactive Fabrications, all these people that are in there that are willing to answer your questions in the tech chat. Like, setup questions. They've heard me regurgitate the shit so many times. They're damn near as knowledgeable, if not more so, on certain other subjects than I am. And then you can, they're probably technicians. They probably have done stuff I haven't done. So it is a wonderful resource of non-bullshit. Like, you go to Facebook, everyone's a fucking homo. No one knows what the fuck they're talking about. And a parts guy all of a sudden is an expert. And I'm like, no, you've never done shit. You just sell shit. These guys, they seem to be like worker bees, blue collar guys. Cobra Engineering is in there, which I was blown away about because I think he's a knowledgeable guy in Cobra stuff. I'd love to have Cobra guys in there, Fox Body guys in there, S550 and F150 guys in there, dropping knowledge, and it's $15 a month. Trust me, that $15 a month is going to be worth it ASAP because you get direct access to me, access to giveaways, live streams, and you get access to tech chats, gun chats, my chat, dating channel chats. It's really, really good. I think there are 800 members and 300 paid. And I'm like, guys, if I had 800 paid members, bro. And I actually talked about something that I'm working on probably in about a year about, you guys saw the house stuff I was talking about, right? The Georgia stuff. So I thought that was super cool because a lot of people were like, I wasn't aware of this. And then I hit up Raul Torres. I said Diaz by mistake the other day on the chat. I feel bad about that. But, Diaz, Torres, potato. I said, hey, tell me about that area, this and this and that. And he gave me a whole rundown of where to look out, what to do, I'm like, wow. So I was extremely encouraged to potentially do something like that, to have like a home base for race stuff that will benefit me and it'll benefit my future, whatever, So I think the Patreon chat is severely underrated for how good it is and what the knowledge people drop in there do. Going to 11s with Oreo cookies. Eat fudge cookies, shit chocolate shake. The 3 shells ain't enough to deal with that. That looks like diabetes. Deep fried ice cream. But I thought this was a racing channel. My ass is hairy too, like shitting through a quilt. Same here. I'm blown away. I'm blown away anything gets through. Jonathan says, just throw some Fruit Loops on those fudge Oreos, swollen red legs. Here we come. What? Fudge dipped mint Oreos are a thing, and I'm about it. I love this show. My favorite car show isn't a car show. Wait, they got fudge dipped mint Oreos. There they are. There they are. You son of a bitch. They have mint fudge. They got white fudge covered twice. Wait, fudge chocolate. Wait a minute. White fudge covered dark chocolate, fudge covered normie, and fudge covered mint. Oh my God, me voy a cagar. You know, this is the best time of year because it's the best food, and that's it. Yeah, you got to wipe with regular TP, then a few wet wipes, and then finish up with more TP. Your toilet looks like a fucking landfill. Like, you ever look back and go, God damn, I can take a dick that big in my ass? I never done that. Dude wipes, Oklahoma's got the fastest 10R80s. Come prove us wrong. Whoa, slow down, big queef. Slow down there, big queef. Talking all that shit. I'm going to stick JJ the boss on you, brother.
Whenever I jerk off, I think of that one time Big Chief bent over to adjust his wheelie bar, and I saw a little bit of his ass crack. Man, if that bull ever let me ride his junk, he'd never know. Now, looky here. These be them rules for the race. Number one, jump, and I eat your ass. Number two, the chase is anal sex. And three, if you jump, we come in your booty hole. Who's in?
Who's in?
Am I the only one that gets a hard-on when Dominator races? I mean, those blue eyes are to die for.
Wow.
Race me in your supercharged EcoBoost F150, you pussy. I bet you won't race for assholes. If I win, I fuck yours. If I lose, you fuck mine.
Whoa. So yeah, we don't care about Oklahoma and fast 10R80s. Like nobody gives a shit. You live in Oklahoma. Who cares? Pause. Dark chocolate is good to me. Peak big bag shit. Mint Oreos taste better when you put them in the fridge. Yeah, well, maybe it's overkill. Double stuff Oreos. Winner gets my ass. What did I miss? Chase is a race. 2 calves, 1 cup. Dude wipes. Melissa, we need a mint cookie. Yes, Melissa. Mint cookie. Looking to have an 11 to 12 GT500 by mid 2026. That's the goal with the new job. Badass shit. Dude, Scott called me to help figure out how to identify which was front and which was rear on my used set of VF5s. Absolutely best dude. Talk to your boy for stick shift gearing. Appreciate the shout out. I work on airplanes every day. Wow, what's happening? How do you work on airplanes? How does that work? How'd you do that? He said PBD on top. Yo, did he lose his lawsuit? Your boy getting sued. Random question. Just started my Gen 3 with 10480 PBH intake. Wow. Only headers. Cat's cut off. Just incriminating himself like nonstop. Getting a throttle position sensor code. Most likely cause? So wait a minute. You just started your Gen 3 and you're getting a throttle position sensor. You know what? I think it's your transmission. Someone clipping that. I can't trust nobody in the Amory, Oklahoma. Waiting for the random NA build question. Winter season is the best because tamale season. The show has gone off the rails tonight. Right, Theo? Have you seen Oklahoma? Oklahoma on top. You can have that shit. Nobody gives a flying fuck about Oklahoma. And then he said PBD on top. Bro, I got a line of motherfuckers that are like, bro, tune my shit, man. This thing ships like absolute butt cheeks. I'm like, I know. What are you gonna do? Yeah, the problem with his car, he's probably got the wrong generation throttle body or a bad throttle body. If your car spits out a throttle body code, the percentages of it being an issue with the throttle body or the wiring are very high. I should clarify. It's an F100 with a Ford control pack. Throttle body issue? Wait, you have a throttle body code and you have you think you have a throttle body issue? What would make you think that? Wait a minute. How'd you... You know what? I never thought of that. I never thought of the fact that if a car throws a throttle body code, you might have an issue with the throttle body. Oklahoma made of dust cows and dingleberries. Is this a new setup? Look, in all seriousness, 05, J-Rod 05. You have a throttle issue or a wiring issue at the throttle body. Check your connections. Make sure the pins aren't pushed out. Make sure you have the right generation throttle body in there, because swap guys love to put BBK throttle bodies and dumb shit. You should have a bone stock throttle body that fits the generation of that vehicle in that car, and you generally won't have any issue. Alex, check Patreon YDBT chat. Okay, hold on. Patreon. Hold on. What's happening? Hold on. Let's see what's happening. I can stay a little later. It's all good. Chats. Patreon YDBT chat. Let's see. Dude, it's taking forever. Try not to have it crash on me. Come on, Patreon, let's go. Get your servers on game. Oh, he's gay. He's a big homo. Yeah, he's just one of those guys that wants attention. That's all. Yeah, he's just one of those guys that wants attention. He's a big homo. This already good. I'm stock. Terry been looking. Oh, look at that. That's funny. So look at this guy. The guy that was saying PBD on top was looking for a Lund tune. Look at PBD on top, Lund slow. Oklahoma's got the fastest area. Come prove us wrong. I'm stock 10 or 80. Been looking to get tuned by Lund. I was just wondering. I like the pops. Will it fuck my shit up? Yeah, this is one of those troll accounts. So that's the nice thing about the panel, the user panel. It saves your history. So if you think you're gonna change names in the middle of a chat and think we're not gonna see the history, we can see the history of your comments. Good shit on that. Good catch on that. I know the control pack is the right part number for the 2020 Gen 3 and 2018 10 or 80, but I'll check on the throttle body to make sure it's a Gen 3. Thank you, guys. You got it, brother. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Again, thank you, Velgen Wheels, Scott Velgen, for becoming a sponsor, providing some wheels for me to try on the GT500, and basically paying a monthly nut to become a sponsor. But I hope that you guys visit VelgenWheels.com to make it worth it, so you get some traffic going to the website. He's going to all of a sudden see 20 to 30 inquiries, maybe another 200 to 300 site visits the day he became a sponsor of the show. And I hope that, there is some meat on the bone there, and we can show that we can push some traffic over there, and the replays will definitely play a role in that situation. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Sunday for Peasant Chat. We'll hang out then, talk some shit, and then we'll see what happens and hang out together. Have a good rest of your weekend, guys. Be safe. See you guys later. Bye.